Hello everyone. This is Kedar here. Let's check out delivery dates of a $1,400 fourth stimulus check specifically focused on Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, no income, seniors, older adults, and of course, people with disabilities. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. In this video, I want to address some of the concerns and the questions I've been seeing for a very long time now right here in the community, including will there be a fourth stimulus check? If so, how much is it going to be, how soon will they get it to us, and who is going to be included? All of which are very important and great questions which I want to focus on here in the video as I completely understand information is changing literally every single day and I want to keep you posted with what is actually going on. So, let's get into it and discuss all the details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side every single day watching all this new information hitting the wire. I'm doing all the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted with what's actually going on right now and most importantly what's out there for you to grab and or take advantage of as a low-income or fixed-income beneficiary, including money, benefits, raises to benefits, checks, programs, stimulus, and most importantly again how it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account. And of course, I'm always watching all these new announcements and everything coming out of Congress, the lawmakers, the administration and everything going on as it's a very busy time. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet and I'll be here for you every single day. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and as always, I'm sticking to it. So, let's get into it and talk about, like I said, those very important questions that I mentioned just a few seconds ago, as well as discussing some of the questions I've also seen, which is when are we going to get it in the event that they were to approve another stimulus check? How quickly could we get it into our possession? And that's a good question as well because realistically, we know that over the last few years here with the 3 stimulus checks that they've distributed and all the stimulus checks on the state level, as well as all of these guaranteed basic income programs, universal basic income programs, and all of these other distributions of payments, including the child tax credit payments, basically all of that was just refining the process to get money out into the bank accounts of people very quickly. Does it seem a little bit interesting how all these programs popped up kind of at the same time and it was almost like a practice round to see how quickly can we get the money out to the people? Did you ever notice that every single time that they come up with a new stimulus check, a new program, something like that, it was almost like a contest to see how quickly that money could be sent out into the bank accounts of the people? Again, I'm going to talk about that more in just a second because kind of interesting, it's almost like they're trying to refine the process of getting this money out to people as quickly as possible. So again, more on that in just a second. Alright, so let's quickly work our way through these questions one at a time here. I don't want to go into a ton of detail on each individual one just because it's going to be all coming full circle here in just a second. And again, I don't want this video to last forever, but let's kind of hit on each of these questions. First off, will there be another stimulus check? That's a great question. As of right now, a fourth stimulus check has not been approved yet, but as I mentioned in previous videos, the best thing that we need to watch right now is number 1, the economy, number 2, the Federal Reserve, number 3, inflation and interest rates, and of course, everything else going on with the economy, the lawmakers, the new Congress, the administration, everything like this. All of this is going to indicate the likelihood of another check because it's very important. However, when it comes down to it, we've got to watch the economy and of course we need to watch the jobs as well, right? What's the unemployment rate doing? What are jobs doing as far as our jobs being created or being lost? All of this is very important when it comes down to more money for the low income, the fixed income, and virtually everybody, right? So, we've got to watch all these factors very closely and we already know the economy is starting to contract pretty aggressively already. There's tons and tons of large corporations, medium corporations, and small businesses that are laying off a lot of people right now, so it's almost on a daily basis that I'm seeing headlines out there, the next big corporation laying off thousands of people. Okay, this is a big deal out there right now, especially some of these big tech firms out there laying off thousands and thousands of people and those are just the big ones that we're hearing about, right? So anyway, more on that later. I can always make dedicated videos talking about that as well. Next, in the event of another stimulus check, how much would it be? Well, that's a really good question as well. It all really comes down to where's the economy sitting, how much stimulus does it need? Now remember, I've mentioned this before and this is the reality of the situation. When they determine to send out stimulus checks, do they look at our situation and say, the people need $1,400? No, that's not what they look at. They look at what does the economy need. Okay, they look at it as in, how much stimulus does the economy need right now? Does it need 100 billion? Does it need 200 billion? Does it need 400 billion? What does the economy need in the form of stimulus? And then they appropriately calculate out to see how much those stimulus checks should be for the people, and that's how much we get. Remember, I want to say this again, when they send out stimulus checks, is it because they're concerned about us? No, realistically it is not because of that. It is because they want to use us as the proxy to get money into the economy very quickly, okay, and to give that money to us because they know we're going to spend it right away, okay. So just being real with you, that is the whole idea behind stimulus. But again, if they want to send me a check and tell me to spend it, by all means please send me a check, I'd be glad to spend it, no problem there, right? And I think all of you here in the community would probably feel the exact same way, by all means, send me a check, no problem, I'll spend it, no problem at all, send me 2, you know what I mean? So, send me 3, I have no problem spending it, you know what I mean? So, that is the whole idea and that's what they want with stimulus checks, is it to be spent, they don't want it saved, they don't want it hoarded, they don't want it invested, they want it spent, that's why it's called a stimulus check, to stimulate the economy. Anyway, I don't want to get off on a rant there talking about that one. Alright, so next, in the event of another check, who would be included? Great question. Who would be included? Again, it totally depends on how much stimulus the economy really needs and remember, with the last few years here, we've gotten 3 different checks, right? For the most part, those 3 checks reached about 85% of the population. That was a huge percentage of the population that was reached, however, in history we have seen highly focused checks going out to just the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries, which would encompass, at right now, about, what would it be? About 70 million beneficiaries or about 21% of the population. So again, we could see that happen and we've seen it previously in history as well. Highly focused stimulus checks just for the low income, the fixed income beneficiaries, the people I mentioned earlier in this video. So again, it's all going to be determined by how much does the economy need and what's up the sleeve of Congress? What does Congress agree to? Because at the end of the day, who's the one that makes the decision? Pretty much it's down to Congress, right? Unfortunately, it's up to a few hundred members of Congress and then of course they send it off to the president where he just slaps a signature on it and then it's a done deal, right? So, it's pretty much just up to Congress. So again, it's going to be all predicated on what they see with the economy, what they determine as going to be, kind of the next major fix for the economy and what they would see going out to the people, so that'd be very important as well, right? Next, one of the main questions is how quickly can they get it to us? That's a really good question. Let me lay this out here for you because, like I mentioned earlier in this video, the process of them sending out payments has actually been refined very, very quickly. They figured out the best processes and procedures to get this money out to the people as quickly as possible. So let me run through this. The first stimulus check was $1,200 way back in early 2020, remember that one? Yeah, that one took quite a while to get out the door, right? The first one took quite a while. They had to build a lot of systems behind the scenes, they had to put a lot of new things in place and get this all figured out as far as how they were going to distribute this money. Well, once they had that system in place and figured out how to get money out the door very quickly, they refined it a little bit further for the next 2 stimulus checks, which we got one at the end of 2020 for $600 and then one at the beginning of 2021 for $1,400. Each of these were distributed very, very quickly and then once again, as I mentioned earlier in this video, we saw all those child tax credit payments going out. Well, that was another practice run for them to see, again, how quickly can we get money out the door to the people, right? Well, once again, they refined it a little bit further. Now in the event of another stimulus check, could they get it out the door relatively quickly? Well, the answer is yes. Here's why, over the last few years here, they have refined this process so much and it's basically like they have everything locked and loaded ready to go. Now again, I'm not going to say that it's going to be in our bank accounts like within a week, but it's probably not going to take 2.5 months either. Just being real with you, the last time that we received the last couple stimulus checks, it took them about 2.5 months to actually get that money distributed to us. However, this time, I would say that they have the process down so fast that they could probably do it within about 3 weeks to a month, okay? It would probably be right around that 3-week to 1-month timeframe before that money would be distributed in the event of another check being approved. So, in my honest opinion, I think that'd probably be about the right timeline. However, again, depending on the sense of urgency, it could be a little bit faster, or if it's not quite as urgent, they could extend it out a little bit further. However, they do want to get this money out the door as quickly as possible because that is the purpose behind a stimulus check. They want it out the door and into the bank accounts of the people as quickly as possible. They do not want to drag their feet on it, they want to get it into the bank accounts right away because they want it spent right away. That's the whole idea behind the stimulus check, right? So anyway, I want to talk about this and just lay this out for you. I hope this kind of answers your questions, but as of right now, a fourth check has not been approved yet, but of course I'm watching everything closely every single day. As always, if something comes up, if something is announced, if something is approved or we get any information on anything going forward, I promise you I will be right here for you, breaking it down into these short videos, letting you know what is going on and most importantly, how it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account and anything else that may be popping up. So, hope this helps you out. Again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. As always, I'm here for you, right by your side every single day, breaking this all down for you and making sure that you have the latest details, the best information as I'm doing all the research so you don't need to. And I'm bringing it to you in these short videos so you can stay posted with what's actually going on and how this may impact you as a low-income or fixed-income beneficiary. Until next time, have a good day. Enjoy and I'll catch you again later in the next video.